Hello and welcome to another StarCraft 2 co-op video. Today I'll be making a tier list on this fictional mutation on Temple of the Past with long range, eminent domain, and laser drill. Okay, right off the bat, this is pretty much a one mutator mutation. It's just long range, which is relevant, but yeah, it's not that scary. So eminent domain is only relevant for a few commanders. Laser drill is only relevant in the early game. And for most commanders, they can get rid of the laser and then camp it because its location is very accessible, unlike other maps. So let's start off right away with a new row. So we're going to add a new row above. All right, and this row is going to be double S because we can get rid of this one. So there's no Fs. Han Horner is double S because eminent domain makes the galleons invincible, and it's not something you need to set up. It's not really something you can even avoid because if you fight and your galleon happens to die, you're just going to become invincible instead. So easier than regular brutal. Stedman, he can easily get to the drill by using his Gary zone and then overcharge, and then you just Igor surround it with lings, and then afterwards you make some spines to camp it. Eminent domain is not that relevant because the Statolites, while they will get shot, they will survive one death, and then they won't get shot. They won't revive the second time, but you will have enough because on Temple, the map is not that big, so you'll have a lot of extra Statolites to go around. Dehaka is going to be S because you use Glevig, you go clear the drill, then you spawn camp it with some primal worms, and Creeper Host will delete whatever wave comes at you. Tychus, he will get hit by the units for a little bit, and then he'll throw the grenade. The first, for the drill, you can easily get there. The best time to reach the drill would be from 5 to 6 minutes because you'll just have killed the 450 wave, the second wave, and then you have about a minute to clear that entire area, which is very easy for Tychus. Karax, he's probably going to camp the middle. He won't camp the drill, but he has lasers to just delete all the waves before they even get close. And if there are long range like Immortals or something, you can just spam your orbital strike to get rid of those threats. Long range Immortals can be scary, but at the same time, Amon stealing your cannons won't do anything until he actually steals a pylon too. So eminent domain not really relevant. Zeratul, he can blink in and kill a detector, and then your guys will clear the rest. He can tank a lot of shots. You can also project cannons to tank shots. You have Demote Dude, you have Legion. You can clear the area to the laser really easily, and then put some cannons there or something. Very easy. Alarak, he's only A because he can get to the laser, but long range kind of hurts until you get enough ascendance, and that's later. If you're fighting like a Zerg base or something, a lot of cannons will shoot the mothership, and it's actually kind of problematic. And early on, he doesn't have a lot of resources to spawn camp. So to spawn camp the laser, you don't want to waste an overcharge on it, although technically you can. But yeah, he's gonna take a lot of hits until you get enough ascendance, but he's still really strong. Zagara is S because P3, you can just deep tunnel right next to the laser and destroy it, and then destroy all the rest of the buildings from the back. And then on this map, it's very easy to spawn camp, and if you spawn camp them, long range is not a big deal. And with Zagara, she can clear the 3 lanes by like 8 minutes. It's very, very fast. Abathur, so I thought about putting him in S because the laser drill prevents you from farming biomass at the spawn point, but you can pretty much take care of the first few waves with toxic nests by placing them in the lane. However, one, you don't know where they're gonna walk, so it's not, well, you can kind of do it, but then like depending on how they walk, some of them may miss and then they'll walk past. And also, if the second wave has an air unit and you don't have a Brutalist, it's actually pretty hard to kill it because of the laser. So because of that, he gets A. Once you get a Brutalist, it's pretty easy, and you can clear the map as well. Like you can clear all the buildings, spawn camp the laser pretty easily. Swan is good because he has a way to permanently trap the laser. You can just destroy a structure next to your laser and then let Amon take it, and then the laser will shoot your laser. Amon's laser will shoot your laser, and then you just repair it indefinitely, as long as you don't kill that structure that is giving Amon vision. And then for the rest of the map, he's actually kind of susceptible to long range, so you have to be careful because a lot of units will outrange his, but if you fly enough factories, you can take care of them. Manx, he is one of the few commanders that cares about eminent domain, so you can't let his bunkers die because the units inside will get taken over by Amon, and Manx's troopers are strong, so you don't want Amon to take your guys and shoot you. So yeah, as long as you don't let that happen, you're fine. You can also get the drop upgrade and then drop units right next to the laser and then camp it. So that way, at least the laser is gone. But eminent domain will still be a thing as long as you're using bunkers, which you probably will against long range units. Nova kind of sucks against air. Of course, you can airstrike waves later on, but early on, if there are a lot of air units, it's actually kind of hard to deal with them. A little bit harder than you might think. And she actually, unless you're using P3, you can't really get to the laser as fast as others can. She's still really good though. Phoenix, he doesn't like air. So if you're not fighting air, you're fine. If you're fighting air, he's still okay. So A. You can get to the laser pretty fast. He doesn't have a nice way to spawn camp, so you can like get a probe and then build some cannons there later, I suppose. Vorazun, I don't like her because long range gives the enemies more vision, so their detectors will see you before you can kill their detector, and you can't really afford to black hole every single wave. She also doesn't. She can get to the cannons, get to the laser, I guess, and then you spawn camp it with cannons. But early on, you don't really have a good way to spawn camp it, so you may have to go back there later to build, which is fine. But if you're fighting Terran, it's really easy. If you're not fighting Terran, it's gonna be quite problematic. Kerrigan, the first wave is rough because there's a drill, and if it's something that attacks you early, like Lings or Reapers or something, you have pretty much nothing. And if they destroy a building with the laser, they're gonna take it over, and it's gonna be pretty problematic. So it's no good. But once you get rolling, you can spawn camp the laser, you can do a lot. She also has a bit of trouble against long range because they will all shoot her, and she takes a lot of hits. So you need to get ultras, which you're not gonna get that early. Stukov, if you're using P3, you don't really care about the laser because you'll have so many units for the laser to target that it's kind of inconsequential. However, on Temple, it's a little bit hard to defend two lanes at the same time, unless you play this well. You also need a critical mass, so earlier on, it's not that great. And Amon, hopefully, if he takes over your bunkers, that's kind of bad. You don't want that to happen. If you use P1, P1 has a harder time clearing the bases, and P3 you'll eventually clear, but you kind of just ignore the drill. So he's decent, but he's not S level. Artanis, he has low DPS, so the laser drill is not going to be friendly to him. He doesn't clear very easily. He can't clear that area to get to the drill very easily. And Artanis's benefits, or one of Artanis's advantages, is that his dragoons have 8 range. They outrange a lot of things, so you can kite. However, with long range, your range will now be equal or worse than Amon's units, which means that you're going to get hit a lot, and that's not good. And with low DPS, the drill's going to just keep getting vision on you and attacking you, so that's no good. And you can't shield overcharge or Archon drop every wave. Raynor is a little bit better because Raynor, while he has the same problems as Artanis, his Marines and Spider Mines have very high DPS, so it's very easy to take a few hits so that you can move forward and then delete the enemies before they continue attacking you. So you drop some like fire bats in front, take some hits from the enemies, and then you stim forward and just like mow them down as quickly as possible, and they will stop attacking you. I guess I should actually review the rankings since that's part of the title. I don't have much to say about this one because our rankings are more than half the same. The biggest ones I see are Han Horner. So Han Horner should not be in B because of the galleon being invincible, even if you don't really want to. Swan should not be in SS because long range is still a thing. He's really good. He can trap the laser easily, but he still has to fight against long range units, so that wouldn't be double S. And Manx, he I don't think he should be an S because he actually has to care about eminent domain. So the rest of these, I think they're not too unreasonable. And Nova here, I guess airstrike is really good. Yeah, you can easily cover two sides with airstrike plus army. All right, and that'll be it.